That is our Memorial Day intro by the wonderful Bob over here. The name changes literally every week, so it's never going to be Biggie. If you know him, then you know him. If not, it's be a different name every time. He's like the Pretender, changes names. Welcome to the Memorial Day episode of the Cho Thoughts podcast. Of course, I'm the Big Cho. That's Biggie. He's got more aliases than people I know locked up. But anyway, um, so we'll take this time to recognize, of course, the men and women that have bravely served and are serving this country. Um, of course, Eric has family, myself, I have family. Of course, I'm pretty sure you know somebody that's active or has been in the military and sacrificed their lives so we can enjoy this place we call home while it's still intact and lost, even though it's crazy.
We got them tornadoes coming through.
Yeah, but we just wanted to do like a little Memorial Day episode. We're just gonna not try to make it sappy, you know. Um, we have like, of course, a big ass weekend happening, full of Memorial Day food trucking, and that's a NATO right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I can't wait.
yeah. I'm sure you can't. I can.
I'm just gonna be sitting my ass down eating my sampler platters and watching this show.
Right. I mean,
And I mean it in a positive way. I'm not
oh,
trying
I
to be
mean,
negative.
me too, man. For real. Like, for those that are wondering, we are going to this food truck event at the Meadows in Washington County. If you're not doing anything Saturday, that's when we'll all be there, like around noon. But the shit kicker of it, and probably the main event and the main attraction, are my parents. Yes, I said parents are going to be there. So for me, anything can happen. Like, I don't mind this one bit, but just watching my mom and dad in an open environment is kind of making me uneasy, a little anxious for one.
Listen, I don't. Your mom isn't so much my worry. Your mom, she'll be out there doing her thing. And I'm assuming is Kev coming? She bring Kev, obviously.
Yes, Kevin's coming
So,
with my mother and Joanne's coming with my dad, obviously.
no, no. Well, see that? Okay, that's
So we
that
have
that's
Joanne to keep my dad in line.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. That's a game changer. Because
Yeah,
Joanne will put your dad in fucking check. So he ain't gonna be walking away with fucking cases of Gatorade on his shoulder. You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but what do you mean
if
it's $21? It's what is this?
if you guys let dad loose out in the wild on his own, unsupervised, that's when
Exactly.
I that's when it's entertaining.
Well, like, to me, also, he has the advantage.
Mm,
We're on his turf,
yeah,
Georgia Meadows.
yeah.
So I mean,
He knows motherfuckers.
he knows fucking people. So I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be walking. We're like, hey, look, there's Harry. All right, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, what? You see this shit? You see this? I'll be like, Bob,
They're like, this
Bob,
motherfucker trying to charge me $25 for a hamburger.
right? You know what I mean? And they want a sampler. All right, so it's like a quarter of a hamburger. What the fuck is that? It's fucking $21. I bet you I hear $21 at least 6 times.
Bro, I want to know. Here's the even better thing. I want to see your dad roll up to the front of a food truck, like, the window to get his food on a motherfucking horse. Like, I know your dad's not going to be riding the horse, but even if he's in the fucking cart,
Just like, or pulling the horse along, be like,
like
hey,
like it's a fucking drive-through.
like, you
Like,
got any carrots back there? Man needs
dude,
one.
yeah, fuck that. Your dad will not be walking away with a case of Gatorade. He will be walking away with a fucking horse. Like, I just bought this some bitch.
Dad, did you just? Yeah, I just picked it up. I just grabbed it.
I don't know. So it's part of the sampler platter.
Yes, part of the sampler plan. They were good. They were gonna kill this. They were gonna. It got good legs. Got good legs. You can get a couple races out of that. But you know the
Yeah.
sampler's $21, right? I'll be like, yeah, well, how much you spent on the fucking horse? Oh, about 15 grand. What?
But is he still rolling with the Boston people?
Yeah. Well, Dan doesn't. Dan doesn't isn't a jockey no more.
Oh,
We still keep in touch with Dan all the time. Um, Unfortunately, like he had that luck,
yeah.
string of bad luck. So I mean, that's probably why he's going to go more or less. I don't think he's really been back since.
Since yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's another reason I think like your dad, like I think we're gonna see him probably a little bit more behaved because he's just gonna be in his little feel, his little moment. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
There's moments where he doesn't really.
But then again, like your dad, I mean, I think I think you're the same way, and I know I'm this way. Um, your dad's also the type of person like yeah, and he's gonna be in his feels, like in his moment there. So he's gonna do something fucking outrageous just to cut the tension, like.
That part right there.
Like
Yes.
he'll say the most inappropriate thing or find the most inappropriate thing. He'll be like, Lucy, that bitch, look at that bitch over there.
Dude,
Like,
I'm telling you, like, and the thing is about like this event, he was trying to tell, he was talking to my mom about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we went before, like the first time it was there," and he was like, "There was like six," and my mom was like, "Paul, there's way more than six now. There's like
yeah,
36. You're fucking kidding me? No, it's a lot of fucking people. Oh
yeah, since the weather's nicer now, like we do our food trucks at work or whatever.
yeah.
And they can't get one for tomorrow because they're all going to be out there.
So today I was down in Meadows for work, and I
Mm,
was leaving, coming out of it, and there was about a good seven or eight in there already.
alrighty, yeah,
And then there was like a face painting deal, it's like stuff for the kids, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. And then like the one guy like in charge of the Meadows receiving, he's like, hey, you coming down this weekend? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll be here. I was like, my family's coming down, my friends are coming, like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I was like, yeah, it should be fun. And then like I was walking in between like the casino into like the offices, and my dad's good friend Chris Gooden, he's like, he takes the photos of the horses,
Oh, okay.
and he's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, nothing. I was like, you gonna be here this weekend? And he's like, yeah. I was like, my dad's coming. He's like, to the food truck rally? I was like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. Like,
Exactly.
I don't
Like,
even know what to prepare for. I was like, yeah, me neither. And I'm his son. Like,
yeah,
I was like, we'll see. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, like, I'm him. All it takes is for him to see one person.
yeah.
Like, and I don't mean like friend.
Mm-mm.
All he needs to see is something out of whack, and he's gonna be like, "You see this shit? Hell, anybody in this motherfucker right here." I'm like,
I
"Oh,
mean, we're in
cool."
Washington County. Who knows what the fuck you're gonna see down there?
Right. And for those who have listened to us for as long as you have, one, thank you. Two, you know I have stories about Washington County. Like I'm in there
Yeah,
every Thursday. So imagine that amplified by 10 or 20. That's my dad.
yeah.
My dad will literally say it to that person's fucking face,
Mm-hmm.
or within the earshot of that person, to the point where I'll be like, "Dad." But it's, see, this is where it gets even more amplified, because if my dad gets going, then Kevin gets going,
Oh, I know.
and then you have my mother and Joanne trying to calm them down. But if my mom and Joanne see the same thing and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" Then you have all four of them going, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat some sugar because
So I have to. I'm asking this out of also curiosity. So obviously, like Brandy knows your family, but like, has Brandy ever experienced your mom and dad like that foursome together in one place before? And out in public type of thing, like we're going to?
Yeah, I was like, get more specific, like the ocean.
Like not like a holiday event where you're at the house
N-
for dinner. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking like this type of thing. Like
No, so she has experienced my mom, Kevin, and my dad together.
okay,
She has not experienced a fearsome foursome together. So now I'm like, this is when she leaves me.
the reason I'm asking is because not only am I going to watch what that group's doing, but my eyes are also going to be like, I want to see her reaction to this shit. Like
Right?
I know what I'm in for. I
Because
know.
like the thing is, like, she's been to like lunch or dinner with my dad.
Yeah.
She's been with my dad, like she's been with my dad and Joanne. She's been with
Mm.
mom and Kevin. Been with three of the four of them. Now I'm like, is this like Infinity Stones? Like, when they all get together, it's like clink. And I, I'm I'm glad that you and your wife are going to be a part of this chaos, so that it's like when I'm sitting there watching it, going, you're going to be over there like, this shit's crazy.
I know.
And then
Oh
on top of
man.
that, I have,
Oh,
um,
poor Bill. Fucking Bill.
I don't even know if Bill's coming.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know because like I think I don't know if he's coming there,
Okay.
but the thing is Riley is trying to get to the parade.
What
The
parade?
the parade, the Memorial Day parade.
Oh,
But
oh, on Monday.
on Monday.
Yeah.
So Riley's devising this plan to get to the parade, but when upon asking her about Bill, he's doing I think he's going away Sunday. So I don't know if he's there. Excuse me.
Mm,
I don't know if he's there Saturday.
mm.
We will see. But if Bill is there, oh man,
He's another one. I don't know if
he's
he's ready.
another one. I'll be watching Brandy and Bill like, oh shit, my bad. Like I don't
Like,
know.
Rod, tell him you love him now because you're never gonna see him again.
Yeah, right. Tell him it's been real. Like shit. And then on top of that, here's the shit kicker.
Oh god.
So we have all four of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And possibly, I think it's almost there. And Brandy's mom.
Oh.
This
Oh.
is when it is a fucking wrap. Because now you have
Oh.
those four and poor old Mama Bonnie, and Mama Bonnie's gonna be like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh. I don't. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because like
Um.
I love Brandy's mom to death. I think Brandy's mom is great. But Brandy's mom isn't like, I don't know. I can't say she's not down, but we have a lot going on.
She's a
We're
little
we're
more
hard.
like. I've never met the woman, but I just based off of like you guys talking like a little more like conservative, like kind of laid, like
Yeah, yeah.
just kind of
Okay. Right. But then like you get my dad
not opposite.
opposite, way over here somewhere. Where he comes out, fuck, fuck, motherfuck, motherfuck, fuck, fuck. Like, dude, like, yeah. And he says some outlandish shit.
Well, yeah.
And then you get him and Kevin going, and then I'm gonna look at Bonnie and be like, so you're gonna take your daughter away from me, right? Like, so this is it. Shit. Because like Bonnie's experienced my mom when we went to Splash Lagoon.
Oh, okay.
Her and my mom got a chance to rap with each other. Great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really wasn't like you. I'm not really too concerned about Dar.
I
It's
mean, your mom
Paul
can
I'm
pop
more
off when
concerned
she
about.
wants to, but she's not like your mom. Like, okay, like because I think we're gonna have almost like a people of Walmart type of situation here, just to give some
Hands fucking down.
just to give some context. So your mom, if your mom sees something, I feel like your mom's more of a like kind of like, hey, do you see this chick? Not so upfront about it like your dad. You know what I mean? Like your mom will be like, check this chick out, and she'll
Well,
give a little
no.
laugh and she'll say her
My
shit,
thing
but
is, you've known my mom a long time. My
yeah,
mom will do the Darlene eyes, where she'll be
oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Like she won't even have to say what I'm saying. Like she'll be
she
quiet, but
speaks without speaking all the
like
time.
like those of us that know will know. Like, oh shit, she's what?
What? And then I'll go
What
to her,
she
be like,
find?
what? I'll be like, what'd you see? What'd you see?
Yeah, and she'll be like, red dress over to the left, red dress
Yeah.
to the left.
My mom is like, for those that don't know my mom is very low key. Like, my
Yeah,
mom is very, but like, my mom, push comes to shove, my mom will say some shit. But my mom's not gonna be out there like, look at this bitch with a fucking one tooth out, fucking all this shit right here going on.
yeah,
My dad would be like, why don't you just pull the last one out? It's just wiggling.
yeah. Like your dad, like he
My
just
dad don't fuck around.
his brain to mouth filter is gone.
He, that's why I believe my mom used to like embed in us when we were younger, think before you speak, because she married my dad.
Yeah. All that sambuca just melted away that filter.
It must have been. Yeah, fuck, man. But
That's oh man, I'm really entertained now.
I know, right? You fucking signed up for something. And
I didn't
then,
know.
yeah. And then Sunday, like Sunday, Brandy and I are going to meet up with Miss Sipple because
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Sipple's out of town. And this kind of happened last year, if you remember, where we met up with her, we met up with them, and then she was all gung ho about,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna come to the parade. It's gonna be great. And then Monday morning came and she was a fucking train wreck of a hangover.
yeah,
But like I've already established that I'm not going to go hard. I have a little man to pick up on Sunday evening.
yeah.
Plus, I have shit to do. I have a whole bunch of things to do. I'm getting some stuff from Ashley for Xander's room here. Um, I have to work on my car within 3 days, which is going to be fantastic. Um, so long story short, I I had my car put in, and had I had something go wrong with it.
Mhm,
Like my ape, it was really weird and random, but that's the true essence of a choke back car.
mhm.
My ABS light came on, my four-wheel drive like explanation point light came on, and on top of that, my like traction control light all came on at the same time. And it was because like I hit a bump on my right side. So I'm thinking something's wrong with like not really the bearing, but something a little
Maybe a
bit
sensor
iffy.
or something.
That's what I thought. So I had it go looked at, and there was like a wheel sensor. All right. But when I would drive it and hit it, like turn a corner, it sounds like I have a flat, but I don't have a flat.
Oh,
So they go ahead, they fix it. I
hmm,
spent $800 on this bitch.
yeah,
All right, they get it fixed. Well, all right, fine. It's still kind of it's there. The noise is still there.
hmm.
And but the thing is, now now when I went to go start my car, it would do like a click, 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 and then it would start.
Oh,
So in my mind, that's like easy. Like it's like, oh,
mhm,
it's the battery. And
mhm.
my battery's been like 5 years old. It was replaced in 2020. So I was like, yeah, that could be it. So okay. So unfortunately, I don't have an update from Xander's track regionals because they got canceled because of the inclement weather.
Go on. Yeah,
So yesterday we were trying to think of something for Xander to do because he was kind of in a little bit of a funk. They weren't going outside today for like the senior picnic thing today. So they've told him both things yesterday, and kind of got him a little like
yeah. I
shitty.
was looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I suggested to Ash, I was like, listen, why don't we try to pep him up? Give him something to do. take him to dinner or something, or take him to his stores or something, just something. She was like, all right, that sounds like a great idea. So anyway, he gets off the bus. He wants to go to Zone 28. I was like, look, dude, I don't have Zone.
Yeah.
I was like, let's keep it simple. Like, he's going to Zone 28 in 2 weeks. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay. So I suggested, look, we'll take my car. I said, Ash, if you want to put the car seat in there, I'll take them. Well, all of us will go. Sure, sounds great. I go, I start the car, dead.
Uh-oh.
Like, it clicked 4 times and wouldn't turn over. So I was like, okay, well, fuck. I guess we're gonna go get a battery.
Mhm.
So again, thank you, Ashley, because she drove me out to Walmart. Ran
Mhm.
into my buddy Dale. I told you I'd shout you out on this motherfucker because it was nice to see you. And he's been listening, so thank you, Dale, for listening. Um, he we're rapping for a little bit. He sees Ashley come around the corner. He was like, bro. He was like, are you guys but I was like, no, no, we're not. We're not back together. I was like, we're here for a battery because my shit died. And he's like, oh shit, all right. Then he was like, I thought that little girl was yours. I was like, no, sir. I was like, I love that little lady. I was like, but hey, my daughter. Like, no more kids for me.
Mhm.
So anyway, we go take him to dinner. We have the battery, do all that. So we're back. We get back to Ashley's house. I'm like, all right, let me try to install this real quick.
Yeah.
I don't have no tools. All my tools are here.
Yeah.
So I told Ashley, I said, well, let me go see if it starts. Like,
Just by
actually, no,
chance.
I didn't tell her that. I was like, I took Xander over because Xander wanted to see what was wrong with the car. And I don't mind
Mhm.
showing him. So I popped the hood and I was just about to start like trying to get fittings and shit like that.
Mhm.
And I said, let me just start it. Motherfucker starts right over. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
So I let it run. I walked Xander back over to Ashley's house, told her it was running. I'm going to take it home and work on it here. So I bring it home. I literally am changing a fucking battery in the rain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was a little, to be quite honest, between us, I was a little nervous
Yeah.
because I was like, dude, my luck, I'm going to get zapped. Lo and behold, take the battery out, put the new one in. As I'm fucking putting the new one in because the wrench is wet, I got zapped. I mean, not for people that change a battery, it's not like crazy, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you felt it. It was like,
Enough
oh
you noticed.
God. Yeah, it was like, oh Jesus. You felt like a fucking horror show. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on, man. But I change it. I go to start the fucking car, and it clicks once, and it starts. And I
Oh,
was like, because with that, it's a very tricky situation. It could either be your
yeah.
battery or your starter, or a combination of both.
Yeah.
So I had to order the starter, and the starter will be here tomorrow, Friday,
Yeah.
today for people listening. And what I'm doing is because no Chopec automobile project goes smooth ever. I'm literally taking it between the weekend because Brandy will be in town,
Hmm.
so I can let the Compass sit out there.
Yeah.
And like my mission tomorrow is to like take the battery out, the intake hose, do that, and then I'll have this. I mean, I'll have the starter, and then Saturday before the food truck rally, I'm gonna try to get out the starter,
Yeah.
and then like when if whatever depends. If we get back Saturday, great. If not, I know how to put it back in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Sunday, whenever we get back from being with Jen, put in the starter, put
Yeah.
it all back together, and then go get X. If I'm not there at that point when I get Xander, I will literally wrap it up when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's been great. It's almost like $1,200 sunk into this fucking Compass within a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
when
that,
you thought it was all fit, like,
yeah, especially when you
but
think it's
but the
fixed.
thing was is, but so I'm assuming your lights and that aren't coming on no more. Like,
No, so the lights have come on.
The ABS and all that again?
Yeah, so when I went to Somerville last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
when I was on my way home,
Yeah.
they popped on again.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, what the fuck? And then I felt like I was sliding sometimes, like it wasn't catching.
Oh.
And I think something's up with my front rear or front right tire. Something's up with it.
Huh.
So once I fix the starter, I'm gonna send it into the shop and have them fix it. Like
Yeah.
one thing at a time.
Well, I'd be like, look, I already brought it to you guys, and you said you fixed it, and it's still fucking happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I'm going to. Like I asked you to do this. You said it was done, and what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So that's my process of doing that because of the car. But but I didn't want to be like tanked or anything, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, yeah, that soccer, because you're going for the Arsenal thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
they call them hooligans for a reason.
I know. I've seen Euro Trip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I've seen Euro Trip. I mean, Scotty still should have been the new pope. That's just what I'm saying. But um, we'll do that, and then I really don't have anything going on Sunday. That's basically it. Well,
sorry.
well, we're shooting a podcast, lady.
No, yeah, she sidetracked me.
Yeah, Jesus. You want to be on the show? You get on video.
She's looking at photos of newborn babies.
Your daughter just sent it to me.
Fucking baby fever over there. Better not. No way, man.
No, her. I don't know. It's an odd situation. This girl, she lives at the top of our street, at the top of our hill. Um, she, they, her and her sisters all call her their niece, but she's not in any way, shape, or form related to be a niece.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, so it's.
I call certain people my nieces and nephews that aren't blood.
I know, like, I mean, like we do that, like with our own kids. You know what I mean? Like,
I do that with people's kids.
yeah. So, but this girl, she basically like kind of grew up in their house because Donna's sister watched her when back in the day,
Yeah.
and so she basically like grew up in their house. So, and she just had a brand new baby. So,
Well, congratulations to the new child.
and it's her third one.
Well, it's a new one.
It's a new one. It's her first girl.
Oh.
So,
But
yeah.
then,
Anyway, anywho,
anywho, back to this Memorial Day weekend. And
yeah,
then
we'll be with you guys Saturday. Obviously, we just talked about that. Sunday, where Jane has work. But I had planned this.
you like
Uh,
fireworks?
yeah, I did. I planned like fireworks. Um, for Mother's Day, I got Donna tickets to go see Stitch.
Oh,
Since
okay.
she's obsessed with Stitch, so
Yeah, that's in my plans somewhere, maybe this weekend. But
yeah. Well, hey, we'll be all the way out in Robinson at the cinema market 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, like I said, so I planned it because Jane was supposed to go see it with her boyfriend and friends, so I didn't include Jane in the. Plus, it's on Sunday when she has to work, so we'll drop her off at work and then we'll head out, to do
yeah,
that. And then, yeah,
I'll be
that's pretty much
working on
it.
the car thinking about you. I'll be like, well, I hope they enjoy the movie.
Yeah,
I hope they enjoy it.
yeah. And then Monday's the day.
But then we have Monday.
It
Bright and
is the
early,
day.
ready to go. You know what?
Bushy-eyed,
It won't.
blue-tailed.
It won't be hot.
That would be a first for
That'll
a
be a
minute.
first for us. Yeah.
We normally are like, well, yeah.
Last year was hot.
It was like the year before or before that. It was super hot. I remember there was like a more recent one that we like.
Yeah. It was the year
We almost
that
died of heat stroke.
that was the year that I got after I got diagnosed with diabetes, when I was taking metformin, I had bubbles on my fucking arms, like all
Yeah, yeah,
over
yeah.
my arms.
Yeah, you had the blisters.
Yep, from the fucking metformin. Yeah, that was not a good day. That was
No,
not.
that was a hot one. Yeah, we. So yeah, it's supposed to be nice weather, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be
Literally.
like a cold day, so it'll be nice.
Yeah,
And you
especially
won't.
too, like being in the fact that we'll be there early in the morning, so it'll still have that little bit of morning chill.
Yeah, it'll be nice. And then like you won't have 90 people trying to get under the trees when they're doing the ceremony.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Charles can actually wear his dress blues and not sweat his ass off in them.
yeah. But then I'll get kidnapped again.
Yeah, I don't want to get kidnapped.
No.
We gotta promote the podcast and see if we get any like officials on it for sure. We'll just
Well,
live stream from the fucking parade.
we could.
We could. That'd be nice. That'd be crazy.
That'd be the only way you're getting Big Ed up on the podcast.
That's it. Be like, hey, man, good. Just say you like podcast. Which one? Just say you like the podcast.
Sorry, I lost the primaries or preliminary, whatever the fuck it was the other day.
I mean, he brought the draft here, so
Man, did he really bring the draft here? Or did the Steelers bring the draft here?
I mean, let's give it to Ed on his way out. It's like a consolation prize. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we'll give it to you. But hey, thanks, Ed. You did all right. You did all right, man.
Speaking football, a little sad moment there. Little passing away of Colts owner Jim Irsay there.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was
I
a
thought you were
wild
gonna,
dude.
I thought you were gonna talk about the no tuck rule. I was like, dude, if I hear one more fucking thing about this, or the tush tuck or whatever, or tush push.
They said it could still happen, so I don't know what the hell's going. I don't know. That's dumb. I don't care about
I
that.
don't know. I don't want to spend any more on it. Like I'm just like,
No.
oh God, I'm
Yeah. I obviously, as usual, anything Indianapolis related, I get my info through the McAfee show.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. We couldn't go to Plum High School, so I couldn't tell you anything if there was anything about him there.
No, but it was like, so he has had him on the show a few times and talks about him enough. You know what I mean? Like that was his boss. So it's like I know of him, and that guy was like he was a character and a half, dude. Like, but then like you, especially like now that he's sadly passed away, like all the shit that guy did, like a billionaire. He was one of those billionaires that literally would just walk up to somebody on the street and just hand them cash. Like he would just go in his wallet. He would go in the wallet and be like, you know what, this person looks like they're down on their luck. Here's what I got. Here's $100. You know what I mean? Like he would just give money away for no reason, like, or if there was a reason, like if he found out about like a cause like cancer or anything of that nature, how do I donate, what can I do, what do they need, like McAfee was talking about it today, like the motherfucker was he was building a fucking jumbo jet with a tank in it, or like a fish tank in it, to move that fucking whale from Florida to Seattle. He said it was like a $10 million project just because he felt bad because the whale needed to be reunited with his family in the fucking ocean.
I mean,
Like
that's kind of fucking that's dope.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and that's this shit. Like, it's one of those things. Sadly, when people pass away, and that you hear like these behind the scenes stories and things. Like, I mean, that one was actually public, but I'm just saying, like, these other things that you don't know about people, you're like, wow, really? That was like, you know what I mean? Like, sadly, it has to be in a terrible situation like this. But like, yeah, that was
That's so wild.
yeah, that was crazy. I was like, wow, that's interesting to know. Like,
right?
But yeah, and I guess he too, like they say, like you're talking about like where the league meetings or whatever is happening, and that's where they're changing some rules and shit. And like he's he up until now he was the longest running owner of an NFL team. Yeah, like again, learning shit. Like he became the youngest general because his dad owned the Colts before him, and And his dad he became the general manager of the team at the age of 27. He's the youngest ever general manager. And then by the time he was 37, his dad passed away and he was the sole owner of the team.
Oh wow.
So he's owned the Colts for all, like, and they said, like, if you like, he's the longest running owner of an NFL team. I mean, yeah, it's been like the Rooneys, you know what I mean? It's been in the
Yeah, it's
family,
been in a family.
but as far as like active owner, he's up until now, he was the longest running owner. So he had a lot of pull and a lot of say in the league.
Dude, speaking of owners, and
Yeah.
I actually almost asked you this the other day,
Yeah.
but I was like, I figured maybe I would bring it up on here because I had no idea until I was watching this interview. Do you know Snoop Dogg is like part owner of the fucking Ottawa Senators?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't. I
Why
was
wouldn't he be
watching.
part owner of the Penguins? Well, I guess he couldn't.
Well, I was looking. So you do McAfee. I watched the Pivot with Ryan Clark and
No, I
Frankie
watch that
Williams,
too. Yeah, that's a good show. I like that.
and the one with Snoop. He said he's part owner of the Ottawa Senators, and I was like,
Huh.
whoa, 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 pump the fucking brakes. And he was just saying that like, so he's doing that because he wants like give it like a more like a different feel for like hockey. He was like, give it like, just like a little bit more, in his words, like a flavor, like a little bit more gumption.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to show like minorities, like, hey, there's an outlet here too, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, because there's only a selected few of like African American hockey players, and you know people don't give people of color like a chance in hockey, like,
Yeah.
like that black dude can't skate, you know what I mean, shit
Yeah.
like that. But meanwhile, you get somebody like a PK Subban that's, even
Yeah.
though people don't like him, he's pretty fucking good, or he was pretty good. But
Yeah.
yeah, when I was watching it, I was just like taken back. I was like, what? So I like looked into it and I was like, you wow, I did not know that. But like that's what I was thinking too. Like,
Bro.
bro, like
That's what he was thinking.
that I was. And then but I was thinking like you too. Like in a way, I like in my mind, I was like, why didn't he take part of like the Kraken or like Utah or like the expansion, like when that shit was
Well,
happening.
the Kraken. So I can. It, it's crazy to when you learn like some. Like I know some. I didn't know that one's new to me, so I'll add that to the list of what I know. Now, thank you. Marshawn Lynch is part owner of the Seattle Kraken,
See? Like,
and well, I don't know if you know who's part owner of the Penguins. If we're talking men of color,
no.
no, LeBron James is part owner of the Penguins.
Wait, what?
Yeah, LeBron James is a part owner in the Penguins ownership.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because so the Penguins got bought out. You and them got bought out by that Fenway Sports Group like two
Yes.
years ago or whatever it was.
Right.
LeBron is part of the Fenway Sports Group.
Oh.
He's one of the financial backers of that organization. So, and there has been photos of him, like paparazzi type photos, of him rocking a Penguins jersey.
Well, that makes sense.
So there are guys out there. I
Yeah,
think
and that's crazy.
like you said, I would be intrigued to see like Snoop, like get him in the locker room. You know what I mean? Like giving a pep. Like that'd be interesting to watch. Like I've watched and seen Marshawn Lynch. Like he's very active. Like he loves hockey, and that guy's a character. Like if
Oh yeah.
anyone knows Marshawn Lynch, like that dude's a wild man. So you get him out in there, and I've seen some of the shit that he like, and he'll be giving ideas. He'll be like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but like maybe we should try putting rockets on their skates. Well, that what I mean? Like he'll just come up with shit. Like he was a big because Seattle played was it not 2 years ago in the Winter Classic, and it was up in Seattle, and it was in I don't know if it was in the baseball field. I can't remember if it was the baseball field or the football field. But Marshawn Lynch was part of like the broadcasting team. Like he was just, but he loves it. Like you're saying, like Snoop evidently, like he loves the sport and he was intrigued and he's like, what better way to learn than own a team? So when Seattle came about to get the crack, and he was
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm in.
mean, you're not gonna not.
Yeah,
Well,
you're not
hell,
going to know.
Ryan Clark asked him. He's like, "Well, why the Ottawa Senators?" He was like, "Well, why not?"
I mean, I feel like Snoop could have got in with any team. I would question the Ottawa Senators too. Like, I feel like they haven't. I mean, they're better than us, but
But now, what's funny to me is like, like I don't just watch our teams ever.
yeah,
But now I'm gonna be a little bit more fixated towards Ottawa because I want to see the atmosphere.
yeah.
I have to just check it out, just so like if he's there, if he's rocking like the. And then they were asking him like, they asked him like, well, what made you so into hockey? And he was like, man, please. He was like, one of my first videos, I was rocking a Penguins jersey.
Gin and juice.
Yeah, he was like, and I had that before it was even hot, and they made it a throwback. He was spitting hockey knowledge, and I was just like,
That guy dabbles in so much stuff that I don't think people realize he does. Like I said, you telling me hockey, like it surprises me, but doesn't surprise me.
me too.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start some type of youth hockey league, like you're saying. You know what I mean? Like he wants to get. I mean, look what he did with football. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like,
god, look! I mean, how many people he has in the NFL?
mm-hmm.
Like, that's fantastic. Like, it
Yeah,
really is.
and he's still dropping albums.
Yeah, yeah. He just dropped another one.
I know. It's all right.
No, I mean, it ain't as good as Missionary.
No, and I was a little confused by it because isn't it called "It's a Crime" or something like that?
Something like that.
And then it kind of had feel like old school Snoop, like the album cover and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna get some like,
Doggy
what's my
style.
motherfucking name? You know, yeah, like. And then it was like, I felt like the album was more like, I don't want to say R&B, but like, I mean, he actually like sings on a couple of
Oh,
the tracks, and I was like, all right, this is different. This is
I don't
different
know,
feel.
man. Sensual Seduction's a good banger right there.
I'm not saying it's a horrible. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And if, like you said, and the fact that he just released Missionary not too long ago, I prefer. I think Missionary. I like the style better
Yeah.
than the new one. But I'm not saying it's horrible. Like it's
No,
not.
no. I mean, if it's produced by Dr. Dre, it's gonna be a certified banger.
Yeah, you got Dre on the track. Oh, what was it? Dre and 50 are on a track.
On this new one,
Yeah, I know Dre's on a track.
I mean, they're like peanut butter and jelly, bro. That just always works. That's how they.
It does.
It really does. Um,
I've been
yeah,
banging our boy Graham.
y'all. I love some Graham.
I'm like, you sent me that single, and I was like, I was hoping. So I listened to the single, and I was like, another banger. And then I clicked on it. Was like, because like I do everything through Amazon Music, and then it was like, oh, like there was an option. It said like view album, and I'm like, is an album? It wasn't. It was just still the single, and I was like,
Yeah,
fuck. So
right.
I'm like, okay, hopefully that means he has something that's going to be coming out soon. Like,
What? How that started with me was I in my radio, in my station on Apple.
mhm.
It just popped up and Oil Money came on, and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "This song is hard." And then
That's a
I was
banger.
like, I was like, well, kind of like you. I was like, let's see if there's an album. And I was like, oh, a little EP. That's all right.
Yeah,
Okay, let's. So I got into that and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was
yeah.
like, this is great. Like, so of course I sent it to my usual suspects. I sent it to like you. I sent it to Matthew, and Matthew came back instantly and was like, dude, Shoot the Lock is a banger. I was
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I was like, that beats hard.
Yeah,
And
that was pretty good. Um, yeah, I listened to him.
He got another one. Something's dropping tomorrow. Another song.
No, I'll have to check it out.
Another single's dropping.
Also, down here in the city, we got a little bit of the old timey country feel because they filming movies and shit with horses and buggies.
Yeah. I've seen that. For anybody that hasn't, they're shooting a biography about Milton Hershey for
Yeah, how
the
Hershey
Hershey Bar,
Andy got
Hershey
started.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
And since it's like Memorial Day and whatnot, Big E saw some fucking old timey wimey shit happening in the South Side that you wouldn't think be happening in the damn South Side.
No, and it was so cool because it was like I kind of briefly told you the story because like I called you first. I was like, bro, what the fuck I just found? Like, because I had to call somebody that could relate to Southside, which that's you. We've done some damage in Southside.
Like good and bad damage.
Yeah, but anyways, so like that morning, that was what day was that? Like Wednesday morning, I think. I was on my way to work, and for some odd reason, I come down like what is that? Like behind couples, like McCardle roadway there, and I always go down to the BP, to BP, and I get on Carson and go that way to work. For some reason, something that day said no, just hop on Sarah. So I hopped on Sarah Street, and when you first get on Sarah Street, the first big intersection light you come to, there's like a. I told Dawn it almost reminds me of like a school playground. There's actual playground, and then there's like a little grassy like mini field.
Yeah,
and it's fenced in, and they were unloading horses, and there was already a couple in the field, and there was like literally like cowboys brushing them and grooming them, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's like show and tell day. I don't know. Like I don't know what's going on. Like it was
maybe
just
there's a random rodeo inside of fucking.
yeah, seriously. I'm like, this is crazy. So I was like, all right, whatever. But it's Southside. Like I didn't think nothing of it. So I went on my way, went to work, and then after work I go straight down Carson. I go straight down Carson. So I got to the like almost to the intersection where Jax is. Like I just passed the Dairy Queen, and then it got a little congested, and I'm like, oh, the fucking light at the bridge I figured was backed up.
Yeah.
And then I see road barriers up, and I see cops, and I'm like, all right, there's a standoff. Who's fucking killing somebody? Like I'm like, you think the worst. This is outside again.
It's Southside.
And then again, we're getting close to Jax. Who knows? So next thing I know, the bunch of cars, like the cops are helping direct traffic. A bunch of cars go through the intersection, and then they like the car right before me. They're like, "Up, stop," and I'm like, "Okay, we're stopping." And then I start to see that side street there, the square, and I'm like, "What? Why is there dirt everywhere? Like, what the fuck is going on?" And then he held us up and let a bunch of the actors, like the extras, I guess they were, in the full costume, cross the street, cross Carson, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because there was
one of these fucking. I mean,
like
crazy, but yeah.
I mean, if anybody saw the news or saw some of the photos that have been floating around, like, I mean, the girls were in those old flowery dress like type things with the bonnets, and the dudes were in like almost like the Mr. Monopoly, yeah, like the Mr. Monopoly get-ups. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, what? And then I finally get to where I can see fully down the street, and I'm like, oh fuck, like that's a whole movie production going on. So it was cool to see. So the next morning, I drove past now knowing to expect it, like on my way to work the next morning, and it looks like they must have been just setting up, like they were getting the props and everything out to, I guess, do some more filming for the day. But by the time I got out of work, put in my shift, got out of work, went back past, dude, it's like they were never fucking there.
Really?
Never there. All the signs and the like things that they built the set gone, dirt gone. Like the only thing that was still there was, how if you're looking down, whatever they call that, whatever square that is, they call it something square. So if Jax is on your left and you're looking straight, there's that old building. It almost looks like an old, I don't know what you want to call it, like a town hall type building right in
Yep.
front of you, and it's what the streets go around it.
Is that
On
Bigot
there,
Square?
what's that?
Is it Bigot Square?
Something like that.
Sounds right.
They use that, I guess, in the movie, because now I'm intrigued to see. I mean, I knew they were going to be making this movie. I didn't
Yeah.
know, but now I'm even more intrigued by it. They had a sign above it. They covered up whatever it's called, with their sign that said it was something market. So they were using it as like a storefront. That was the only thing that was still there. But then obviously it's gone now. Um, Now they're building a set and filming down the other end of Carson. You know where the Highline Brewery and that is? Where
Yes.
the old like factory train station things are?
Yep.
So in between the two buildings there was like that like walkway with like tables and chair, like they turned it into like a little park looking area.
Yep.
Now they put walls up and made it almost like multiple storefronts, and they more dirt, like, because obviously
Yeah.
and they're filming there now.
Hmm.
They were filming there when I went by today. Like I watched them the past 2 days. Like it was like I could see the progress. Like okay, they got a wall up, and then the next day there was more walls up and things painted. But one of the things I thought was really intriguing, but now sad. So, like I said, if you're looking at the built, you're standing in that street in between Jack's and then what I think it's a coffee shop or something on the next corner, like
Yep.
across from Jack's. On that wall, they had these posters up, these really cool, like, like I guess like back then, like almost like wanted parchment paper type,
Yeah.
like what would be considered posters or paintings back in that era on the wall. And I guess they left them there almost like kind of like we were here type of thing, like
That makes
just like a
sense.
little significance for the area. When I went by, I think it was today, it looks like people were ripping them down, like they got ripped down.
It is Southside.
Yeah, which is like, I'm like, that'd be like a cool thing, like, like if you wanted to go down and like take a picture, like you could take a picture in front of it or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I think that was maybe what they were thinking when they're like, hey, let's leave these here. We don't need them no more. Let's just leave them.
But then you have the assholes of the city that go and rip it and take it down.
Yeah, so I was like, that's kind of because there's like you could see like there was what they could reach because some of them were a little high. What they could reach, it was like they were all ripped down, and it was just like the wood frames or whatever they used to hang them were still there.
I would have took one just for myself. Like fuck it.
Yeah,
But what I'll do is when you watch this on like my Instagram, I'll put that link up there. I'll put that up there, like in my story, and you can click on it and check it out. But
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was cool to see.
yeah, I was like, I'm excited to see it, only because like the story's great. Plus, who doesn't want to see how Hershey chocolate got made?
Yeah, and I knew that there was rumors that they were going to be making this movie. For one, I didn't know filming had started so soon, and then because it's Hollywood, you hear about shit all the time, and then and then I was like, and then I heard that Pittsburgh was like a possible shooting place, and I'm like, what's our tie? Like, I'm thinking, then I'm starting to think like, okay, what is Pittsburgh's tie to Hershey? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you think Hershey, that's more central PA.
Yep.
But that's what I guess the producer and them said. Like, they wanted to try and keep mostly all of the filming in PA because that's where obviously,
Yeah.
like I said,
Obviously, yeah, for sure.
well, and obviously Pittsburgh's become a kind of a hotbed for
Yeah,
Hollywood.
for sure. I mean, they got a lot of things going on in here, and I mean, just to hear that when you were telling me that, I was like, man, that's interesting. So I like Googled it and I was like, wow, this is actually legit. Like, oh shit, well, I can't wait till this comes out. Like, I'm gonna be down on
Yeah,
that for sure.
because out of all things too, what I thought was crazy is like, so like when you went past where they were filming, like again, they had to change it to the times, put the dirt on the road, you know what I mean, like, you know, and the horse and buggies and the haystacks and everything. It was just, it was so interesting to see. It was almost like a history, like a live history lesson. But then there's just jacks, like they didn't change jacks whatsoever. And I'm like, all right, they had to have cut that out, like of the, like the angle
Oh, dude,
maybe,
when I
or
watch that movie, I'm gonna be like, you know, it's right there, right?
because
You know,
what is it that's right behind Jack's Club Cafe?
yeah, it's like almost like a bicycle kind of thing too. There's that one. There's like right around the corner from that. There's the cafe, and then like where they do bike repair.
Yeah, but the Club Cafe they had again. It was kind of like they covered it. You know what I mean? Like that's where they built some stuff to kind of change its look and like to do it. So it's like, and again, I mean they're filming shit. I feel like in Pittsburgh a lot anymore. I mean, we just I don't know if it's done, but the Jeremy Renner, what is that? Mayor of Kingstown,
Mayor of
like
Kingstown.
obviously, you know, the Batman and everything else that's been filmed here. But I feel like everything for the most part that has been filmed here is a little bit more like a current time type of movie. Like I think what was intriguing for me is seeing how they had to change this city or change Southside to look to the,
Right.
like, you know, the 1900s or whatever the hell era that is.
The best is what you just said there. You changed Southside.
Yeah. Cuz like I know they filmed part of that League of Their Own, the women's baseball series.
Yeah.
They they filmed some of that in Southside too, but again, they only had to change that to like the 60s. Like,
Yeah.
so I still feel like, you know, look, there was still fucking cars and buses and shit in
Right.
that
Yeah,
era.
for sure.
I'm fucking watching horse and buggies walk across Carson Street. Like, I was like, what?
Looking to see if there's a Greek friend of ours possibly getting a horse and buggy to go to Jack's.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, hey, you rickshaw on it? Like, what's the deal here?
Yeah,
Like,
right. Your horse like a little fucking. You like a little kabasi, a little sauerkraut. You know what I'm
that's what I'm saying. Put your hand out.
saying? Yeah.
Like, it was just, it was really interesting to see. And then now to see them, like I said, it's gone. Like, they were never there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. How quick they clean it up.
Dude, it was within, so they filmed what they needed to film and had it cleaned up within, I would say, probably 10 hours.
Wow.
And now they're moving on down to like I said, down to the High Line there, like before you go under the bridges to Southside or to Station Square.
Yeah.
They're filming, within 24 hours, they built the set. And that was even through the rain and shit yesterday. Like, they were out there working when I drove by. They had tarps up and they were doing their thing. And then today I go by, dude, it's crazy. They got cameras up on top of the buildings, like getting, you know, like top shots and all
Yeah.
that. Like, just like, I'm almost like, fuck, why didn't I get in that field? Like, that's cool as shit. Like,
Right. But that shit is tough.
yeah,
Like I know for a fact that like Charles being in it, like being in that like movie union kind of deal.
yeah.
It has its ups and it has its downs.
I mean, like I said, I mean, the fact that they built all that shit and then they have to have it torn down and move on to the next location within who knows what the time frames are for these things. Like,
Right.
that's no joke. I mean, that's like you think about like, and I know they have different crews, but like you think of like WWE, like
Yeah.
the fact that they're tearing down a ring on the move, tearing down entrance sets. You know what I mean? Like all the shit that they got to build and move and go from city to city 3 days a week, and then if it's a weekend where there's a PLE or somewhere like, you know, this Saturday there's main event. It's like that shit's crazy.
Right. And but the thing is though, I think it becomes so repetitious for the crew,
Yeah,
it's very fast. It's almost like pit crew speed.
yeah. Which
Yeah.
that's another thing. Hey, Indy 500 this weekend if you're a race fan.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see all how that goes too. But I'm sure everybody wants to know what happened after we went off the air last week.
Nothing. It was
Oh, see?
it was the so something must have happened at the top of our hill. We caught the ambulance and that they were coming down our hill leaving. So we don't know. I mean, there's some
Oh,
elderly people in that at the top, so you never know
yeah.
with them. But yeah, it wasn't. After we got done, I went out to find Donna. She was across the street at the neighbors talking with them, and they said, yeah, they watched it come down the street. It didn't. It wasn't like there was anything down. And that's the thing too, is that some of the houses down below us are empty. So it was. That's another reason it was kind of weird that if there was something going on down below us.
Right.
So yeah, it
But
wasn't anything.
sorry,
Yeah,
nothing
no, no,
crazy
no,
happened.
no fun live PD.
No
I mean,
live feeding.
we. I
We
mean,
didn't
it's
leave
been.
y'all on a high note though. We tried.
We tried. Yeah, we tried. They it's been interesting around here though lately. Like we had it was again on the news, we had that huge water main break which affected our house. I mean, we didn't lose water, but like the pressure now's been weird. And then today randomly, me and Jane left for the day at 7 o'clock this morning. Everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Donna gets up, she had to go to the doctor's. It was probably 8, 9 o'clock ish. She was like, power's out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not storming out. Like, what? But
Yeah.
I guess the moisture, like they say, the ground's saturated. So it loosened up some soil and the tree had the power line down the street. So we were weird water and no electric today.
Oh, all right.
But as you see, I got lights on. We're good now.
Yeah. But it's funny because people were like, well, what happened? I was like, you're going to have to find out. Like, I don't know if I can tell you.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Nothing
Yeah,
for
nothing exciting.
once nothing happened. Like
Yeah.
normally there is a good story behind it. This time it was nothing
What
at all.
what another thing somebody said was it's so crazy that they were at my house. Like they were here in
You
my
heard the
neighborhood.
sirens, yeah,
And like then they got to your neighborhood and I was like, yeah, it was like the craziest of coincidences ever. Like I was
yeah.
just like, it's not the fucking police, and then you were like, hey, the fucking police showed up. I was like,
And I'm like, oh, I got sirens
okay.
too. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I was like, huh, wow, all right. We're just gonna
See,
yeah,
for me, like it's not weird for us, because as you like know, like you've been in our neighborhood, all these like the fire station's like 2 blocks away from us. So we always hear or see sirens because they come down through our part of the neighborhood is like a cheat to get to the main drags.
yeah,
So we're used to hearing and seeing them. Now but that last week though, that was the paramedics. That if we see the paramedics, then we know some shit's popping off.
right.
Knock
See, I
on
don't
wood, we haven't had the police in a good while, but I think that's because a lot of the crackheads have left or died or whatever.
yeah. See, but mine's the opposite. If the police show up here, we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Or the paramedics. And then what's funny though is you could tell them in a little like community
yeah,
because the paramedics come out and everybody reminds me of like the neighbors from Edward Scissorhands. They come out in their robes like, oh Lord, what's happening out there? Is Gina okay? I knew she hasn't been feeling well. Oh my God, her kids is crazy. They stress her out. And I'm like, damn. Then you look at them and they're like, what do you talk to her? No, I just know. No, you just nebby as fuck is what you
that's
is.
that's like I said. I had to go out. I So after we finished up, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go out and see what's going on. And I went out, and Donna wasn't on our front porch, and I'm like, ugh. And I'm like looking up and down the street, like, where the hell did she go? And there she was, like I said, over at the neighbors, and they chatty Cathy and it up.
Well, I swear that's the lady over here. She'll sit
And
there
look, and I'm
and
not trying to be rude. I'm just using this as a context because you people know about what I'm like. When I say this, you're like, yeah, he's right. She's over there at the gay guy's house. You know they know some
well,
gossip.
somebody saw something. And I mean, what better resource than to go to two homosexual male and one's like, look, let me tell you what the fuck just happened over here. All right. Look, they was up there and that shit was crazy. Like me, you have gay men. I
Yeah,
have older women
yeah, that's the
who
same.
I swear. So I sit there and go like, if something happens, I watch this neighbor come out, that neighbor come out, and the one down the street, like
Yeah,
instantaneously. I'm like, and they will sit there and gossip so fucking bad. And
yeah,
I'll come out and one will say like, Paul, did you see what happened? Oh my god, there was like three cop cars. I'm like, first of all, there was two. Like I have to like fact check them. Like, first of all, there was two.
yeah.
And a paramedic. Like the one night I was here and me by myself, and it was like 10 o'clock. I was just getting ready to head to bed. And when I turned like off my lights, I didn't even know the berries and cherries were outside. Like I saw the
Uh,
lights out of the window
yeah.
and I was like, oh fuck. Like, damn, okay.
Something going on.
Bro, I opened the fucking door. I opened my door. There was four cop cars right outside, like right outside my house. And I
They're
was
like,
about to be
I'm
like,
innocent.
I swear to God, I was about to be like, I don't know what it is, but it ain't me. But it was like this guy over here. Apparently, he's like, they found out he sells drugs or something.
uh,
And we brought like the only cars. We have like two cops in Richland Township.
yeah.
So it was like Barney Fife and his fucking, his guy with him. And then like, then the paramedics show up. And then what's crazy, right, is they arrest them. And like, I guess it was like a domestic too. Like
Yeah.
and I'm from the city. I'm used to something crazy like that or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, here's a fun fact for you. My neighbor Debbie, she's from Lawrenceville.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Her late husband used to work at the Iron City Brewery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So okay. So she knows.
Yeah, she knows some
This
shit.
ain't no walk in the fucking park for us. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, but she'll still come out, do her little dilly dally, which reminds me of my grandma, R.I.P. But
Yeah.
like, I swear, she'll do that, and then this lady Wendy, because Wendy's all tuned up all the time. She's like drunk, always half in the ass. And people, before you sit there and chastise me about chastising these women, I
Yeah.
know this shit because they tell me. Like when they see me in passing. Anybody hear the horn?
Yeah, that was random.
Yeah, I was like, we're not leaving you with a cliffhanger this week. I promise. If
It's
I
just
know
a, it's just a horn.
if it's just a horn, if shit gets popping, I'm running. I'm taking y'all with me. But like Wendy will sit here and start drinking at like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning with her dogs and walking them and shit.
Yeah.
And then like she'll sit there and then she'll go like, "Hey Paul, how's it going?" I'm like, You should be asleep. You should be sleeping that shit the fuck off."
Yeah.
But like they are. They're like they remind me of the Golden Girls. The
Uh,
three of them, because they'll sit there and they'll like get together and blah blah blah. And I'm like, y'all have nothing to do,
they start talking about cheesecake, then you know some shit's up.
bro. They talk about cheesecake. I'm gonna eat a slice
Well, that's true too.
because it's probably gonna be fire. But yeah, like so that day, that night with the cops, Debbie came out and Wendy came out, and the thing that was fucking me up is the cop, all four squad cars,
Uh,
two from Richland, two from Hampton, all turned around right at my trailer.
oh shit.
So the lights were just beaming in my house. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, what if I had a night turn job or what if I had to sleep?
Yeah.
I was like, what if I was sleeping, excuse me, and I'm sleeping on my couch and I see fucking red and blue lights? I'd be like, if I was anybody else, I'd have been freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Me, just because of where I used to live, I like it's a Thursday. Like it's the only thing I would do is in honor of my grandma, I'd open the door and be like, "What the fuck's happening now?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, dude.
Yeah. Nothing crazy for us.
No, they're like the audience is like you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Sorry. It
Yeah.
might be. Who knows? We might be getting some shit popping off here. I'll let you know too.
Hey, you never know. We might see something on Saturday.
Well, it's cool. We're definitely gonna see shit Saturday, but they no, they've been parking fucking semis on our street
Why?
because they're staying. I don't know. They're working in the area. I don't know. They're staying at this stupid ass fucking Airbnb at the bottom of the street, down by that
Tell
playground.
them. Go
Down by
on.
that down by that playground. That's where they're staying. So they're parking their trucks on our street, and they're taking like the parking, and they're blocking people's driveways, and they're literally ripping out people's trees. like the one truck pulled in the one day because like they're gone all day during business hours, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. They're running.
And then like one just pulled up a little bit before I got on here with you. But they pull up because they're so fucking big, and you know my street's like it's a one car, wide
Yeah.
enough for one car. They have to park on the fucking curbs, like on the sidewalks, just to be able to leave room for traffic to pass. And he pulled in the one day, this dude pulled in with the truck, and the way he pulled up on the sidewalk, he literally fucking the whole front of the truck grabbed the tree in my neighbor's yard and ripped, like I'm talking big ass branches down off of her tree, and then he just left them laying there.
Typical.
And then Donna caught him the other day. They almost ran over my fucking water line thing in the front of my yard, like the city water little thing.
Yeah, they just don't give a shit.
No. And then I tried talking to the dude, like I tried being nice. I'm like, hey, you guys staying down the street? See? Oh
Do
fuck.
you, do you need me?
Well, I got my kid, but
Yeah, well, between me and Jane, I'm pretty sure we got it.
so I'm like, you're staying down there. See? And I'm like, all right.
You
I'm
know
like,
what
yeah.
you should have hit him with, right? As soon as he was like, when you said, "Are you staying down there?" and he was like, "See," you should have just been like, "Way pop." All right.
I almost did.
You
Uh,
should have, bro. He'd have been like, he'd have
so
been
but then I'm like, all right. So he said C. I'm like, that's okay, whatever. And then I was like, are you working? Like, what's going on? Yeah, he spoke some enough to tell me. He's like, yeah, we're working in the area. And I said, for how long? I don't know. Couple days, 10 days, 15 days. I don't know. I don't know. And I was like, well, what is it? Like,
bro. You could at least like
like he
shorten
just
that shit the fuck up. That's a hell of a long of an extension. 2 days, 10, 15.
yeah. And I'm like,
He just can't get it together. He's like, I don't know, sir.
yeah. He just that's what I want to. I think he would have looked at me and be like, ah, wepa. Like that's
Way
what I was.
pop. And then the best thing, I'd have looked back and be like, way pop.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd have gave him it right back. Yeah, wepa, yeet. Like I don't know.
I had to
Like
fucking hit him with a yeet. I'd have been like, yeet.
like yeah, I mean,
He'd have been like, yeet. No, I said yeet.
yeah, like so. And they're still here. And I talked to that dude like over a week ago, and they're still fucking. Like I said, they just pulled one up, and they're like, I call them semis, but that's not really what they are. They're box trucks, but they're like the big box trucks. Like, and they're not. They don't even have a company name or anything on them. One's an enterprise and one's a budget.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm talking like the big ones, probably bigger than what you guys drive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Like we have a, like, it's probably bigger than our cubes. It's probably, is it a
yeah. What do you mean?
straight truck? Just
Yeah.
like a 20 footer.
No, it's yeah. It's
Then you're
probably
looking at probably a 30.
because it has So in the back, it has the two wheel or the double axle.
Yeah,
Like,
it's probably.
and I mean, and
Well,
again, they're tall, they're big as shit, and I'm like, budget and enterprise. Donna and the neighbors right away. Those guys across the street. Well, if they didn't speak English and they're gone during the day and they got them big trucks, they could be smuggling. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I was like,
yo, but that puts into context what I've been going through.
uh
So all this week, right? If I if I'm out of the city, like
yeah,
traveling down 28 or down 79 into 70,
yeah.
I've had to weigh my truck every single day this week.
Oh really?
It's never happened to me. Like, I've had it happen to me like regularly, but it's like once a
Yeah.
week.
hmm
I've never had to weigh my truck 3 times in a week.
It's funny you say that because we were just watching.
Border Patrol.
Yeah, it's like it's not
For
live
those who
people.
didn't know, Donna said Border Patrol.
Yeah, like that. It's that show. It's on like Discovery or something where it's like, it's like cops, but for the
Yeah,
border.
it's Border Patrol.
But this one they were at
The way station.
yeah, like the way stations and like the crossing the checkpoints or whatever, and they stopped this that's what they said lately. They've had to weigh more trucks. I don't know when that episode was from, but they said that they're weighing trucks more because the smugglers, they're
Yeah,
bringing the shit in, and they x-rayed this like this truck. It was definitely a semi. They weighed it, and the weight seemed weird to them. So then they x-rayed it. They put it through the x-ray thing, and he was like, there's like weird voids in the bed of the 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 semi part, like the cargo part.
yeah,
So they ended up, there was this whole thing, and they finally pulled it into like a garage, and the dude jumped down into like one of those like oil well, change your oil things, like at like Jiffy Lubes.
yeah.
And he was like, I think there's a void here. So he took a fucking drill and drilled it through the frame of like the axle.
That's like
Bro,
some Tango and Cash.
it fucking came out white powder all over the tip of that fucking drill bit. It
That's
was a
bad.
four it was a four axle semi. Every axle had 25 to 30 bricks of coke.
Well, I mean, someone's having a fucking party.
But the thing was, is like, he was like, okay, how did they get them? They had it was like a puzzle on how to figure. He was like, I just drilled through the frame and found, like, by chance hit a
Yeah,
brick and found it. So they had to like figure out how they got them in there. Dude, they had to take the tires off, take the caliber apart, and take the whole housing unit off so they
yeah,
could basically see through the axle as if it was like a tube, like a straw, like a
yeah.
tube. And that's how they got them in there.
Jesus Christ. Well, I tell you what. From that, I have got to bring back in Samantha's back.
Hey,
Guess he's back.
I was like, surprise, I brought Samantha back. Samantha didn't leave us to stay in New York.
what,
Oh, no.
what? You hear us talking about Coke, and all of a sudden you show up? I have some questions.
Well, you were just drinking
I
a
can tell you a lot
Coca-Cola.
about Coke, knowing where I was though in New York. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. She's crossing
Yeah.
some borders.
I was like, we could have just picked this up real quick. Shit.
Well, no, I mean, okay, so I'll give you an example. I used to go to the Bronx like when I was young, during my college days. I would come home, we'd go out to the Bronx, we'd go to Queens, we'd travel. It was okay, like whatever, not a bad thing, right? So of course, like I took my dad to the Subway Series as a Christmas gift. So we went, and I don't know if either one of you have ever been to Yankee Stadium, but like, okay, so it is like literally adjacent to the Metro North Railroad, right? So like you have your train platform and then you walk down it and you just go like down this little path and you kind of just like then you're at the stadium. Like it's real easy to get to, right?
Yeah.
So we're walking and all of a sudden I see, of course, you get your little vendors, the one who were trying to sell shit. But then all of a sudden, like I'm walking up and you start to see police officers. And I'm like, all right, cool. But then all of a sudden you start seeing police officers with like air rifles and those heavy guns. And then all of a sudden you start seeing SWAT teams. And I'm like, yo, we ain't Kansas anymore, guys. Like, this is some serious
Joe,
shit.
I'm like, Wapa.
Wait, bro, the way she's talking, I'm over here like, wait, Jesus.
But like, I was just like, yo, how bad did the Bronx get where we got to get the SWAT team covering
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium right now?
Jesus.
Well, I think too, it might have just been they were maybe being a little over prepared, overprotective, just because
And that's
it
what my
is
dad said.
that's a big rival series. Like, who
Yeah.
knows what could have popped off? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
But bro, to have like what? Like I'd be like, bro, it's just baseball. Like
Like,
dude,
but I think the biggest
if there's
disadvantage is
SWAT
was
at the food
also the
truck
first
rally,
game where Soto came back to play
yeah,
against his old team.
yeah,
So
there was a lot going on for that series. Like there was
yeah.
a lot there.
yeah.
Yeah, I forewarn you, Eric, right now. I'm with you. If I see any kind of SWAT at the food truck rally, I know who it is, and it's my dad.
If I start bringing in a SWAT team for tacos,
Well, no, see, you missed that part of the conversation.
No, that'll be the whole part where my
It,
dad's
it
like,
it's his fault. He forewarned some people at the casino today that his dad's coming this weekend for the food truck rally. So they're like, we heard that seniors coming. We need to prep this place for some all hell chaos.
yeah.
see,
So
but
if it's
like
like extra security,
the way you said that just reminded me. Like I was having one of my sessions today, and the mom brought to my attention that Virginia is they either passed a law or they're trying to pass a law where cell phones, teenagers and their cell phones, their tablets, all that, they're only allowed to have 1 hour of social media per day. And that's it. Because they're trying to help like ease their anxiety, their depression, their self-esteem, like all that. So it's literally like you have to start to abide by 1 hour of social media per day. And that's it.
so how do they
So I was
go
like,
about monitoring it?
I see, I don't know. I have to look more into this, but the only thing that came to my mind was I don't know how well this is going to go when you have teenagers who are addicted to their TikToks and their social media. Like, I can honestly see like this whole big fight escalate, and like people being like, "I had to call the SWAT team in because I didn't get my TikTok." Like, how bad is this going to
I
turn
mean,
out?
Uh,
this is how World War III starts.
but
Right?
listen, kid, it's called The Outside. Go fucking play.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but like what I'm still trying to render is how the fuck they're gonna monitor them for an hour.
There's probably going to be some type of. I
All right, I'm doing my fact check.
See, look, Sam is back for sure.
know. We needed her at that fucking concert, and she wasn't there.
Oh man, that'd have been out of her element, but it would have been part of her element. But if she would
Well, I
have
think Sam would have fit
she
in.
would have had a gay old time, Fred Flintstone. She definitely would have.
There was a kid there that was about her size.
Her size, not her age.
I said size.
See, okay, so I'm not feeling this because in order for it to be, it goes into effect January 1st of 2026, but it says the law requires platforms to verify users' ages.
So
I mean,
So
I think that's fair.
yeah, but can't
you
they
know how
lie?
many can like fudge that?
I mean, you can. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's ways around it, but I think. I mean, I think some of these apps should have age like
Restrictions.
restrictions. Yeah. Like, I mean, And it's not so they maybe can't even like. And okay, in this case, it's not saying that no, you're not the right age to use it. It's just that you're at the age where we should probably monitor what you're doing on here, and hopefully it keeps kids out of not. And it's not even that you know that the kids are probably going on there purposely doing bad things or getting into trouble, but I mean, look at all the. It's probably just for safety too, like the whole predator aspect and all that fucking shit. Like, I don't know why that's been popping up in my fucking algorithm even more lately.
But it's not even social media that does it now, too. Like now, they can get anywhere. Like there's people like on the Switch. There's people on our video game systems. There's
Oh yeah,
it's fucking on our phones. Like just in Instagram.
yeah.
Like
That's where I've been seeing. Like, I think it's Instagram.
don't because I love Instagram. I just don't like the book.
The reels, like I keep getting like these, and I guess I get them more now because I one or two popped in, and I was curious. It's like those like vigilante catch a predator people.
Yeah, I those pop up.
You know what I mean? Where it's like just these dudes that are like have put together their own little crew and they go catch these predators. And then and then the cops show up and they're like, you can't do that. And they're like, well, you ain't fucking doing your job. Like,
Yeah,
but it's
I
like,
love the one. I still love the ones. Be like, what do you mean she was supposed to be? I was like, dude, don't be stupid.
yeah, just shut your mouth. Like, or they'll catch them and then they start crying.
If
And it's like,
anything, Chris Hansen has taught us: shut up and have a seat.
exactly. But it's just like, it's so, I mean, that's where I don't think like that verifying your age is horrible. I mean, yeah, there's the whole privacy aspect of it, but it's like,
Well, they said that's going. It just tried to call me.
Oh,
who's calling what?
what?
Huh?
My mom just tried to call, and I was like, you cut out, and I didn't hear you, and I was like, come on, Mom.
See, at least her mom calls. She doesn't fade to black. My mom calls. It shuts this shit down.
Well, I mean, that's what your mom does, though.
That'll be her Saturday if my dad acts out of fucking line. She'll shut that shit down.
Well,
Yeah, Joanne too. So
I was gonna say I assumed that was gonna be the case, but then you enlightened me on the other parte, and I was like, oh well, then never mind.
yeah, I'm so nervous. We'll see.
Well,
Swat.
back to this real quick. I'm doing more facts. It says that it's limited just for, or this law goes into effect for minors under the age of 16. So,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That
and
sounds
then
reasonable.
18, but well,
Yeah.
16.
It says that social media platforms are now required to use commercially reasonable methods to verify their users' ages. And then parents can also provide variable consent to allow their children to use the social media for more than 1 hour per day if they would like, but they encourage them to follow the strict law.
How long you think that's gonna go?
Not
Forever.
long. They said the law was enacted because there were concerns that excessive social media can negatively impact the mental health of minors. And then it says the law also aims to protect the privacy of minors' data and prevent it from being used to targeted advertising or other purposes without parental consent. So yeah, safety.
Yeah,
No more pushing beer on them, I guess. Oh, whatever.
yeah, right. I mean, when we put up when an episode of this show goes up, and it automatically asks me is it for kids or not for kids, and I say it's not for children.
It now
Imagine
has
how
a
many
little E
views I'd
next
have
to
if I
it.
said it was for
The
kids.
Sam's foul mouth. We can't have kids watching her swear.
You can't
That's
have my New
fucking-
York. No, you can't have my CLM mouth. Fuck
No,
that.
because once it starts rolling, we're in a bad spot.
I
Well,
know.
I went off today. I was like talking to the mom, and she was like talking about something. I was like, Mom, listen to me. You can only bring the horse to the water, okay? You can't force it to drink. And she just stopped and looked at me, and she was like, whoa. She's
There
like,
it
where did that
goes.
come from?
I love it.
And you're like, I just came back from New York. I gotta wean it back out.
I gotta dip my toes back in this fucking Pittsburgh water for a minute. I mean, like, give me a minute. All right. Damn.
Oh, it felt
Jeez.
good. Like I was in the Bronx, and I heard everybody, and I was like,
Then you get back here and you're like, what the fuck? Is this?
then I hear your Yinza's accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. What we do.
that's that's what we do. Like it comes out. Like if I go to Washington County and I say something, then all of a sudden they hit me back with a hillbilly accent. I'm like, I literally left 45 minutes from my house. Like
Yeah.
I never understand it. I'm like, am I missing something? Like, but then I get it when people come here. They're like, what? And I'm like, well, I don't know.
I asked my cousin that. He moved to Washington County for like work and stuff. And yeah, he's like a completely different kid now. Like I'm like, what you like you're like for us, it's like you're 20 minutes or so away. What the fuck? Like you cross
Yes.
the county border and all of a sudden you're wearing fucking cowboy boots, Wrangler tight jeans and camouflage. Like what the hell happened?
I shit you not. Like as soon as I walk in there, it's like, hey, how you doing? Fine. Like what? Like did I for real? Is there like a portal? Like did I get down south real quick? And
Yeah.
it's like it's like sometimes it's thick, and I'm like, it's not even this thick in West Virginia when I go.
That's what I was gonna say. Like sometimes I feel like I'm like, did I go too far and go down to West Virginia? Like what happened? Is this another fucking West Virginia Maryland incident? Like I don't know.
Right? But here's the thing: is when I go into like to Weirton,
Yeah.
there's like a little bit. It's a mix of us and them.
Yeah.
If I get into
Yeah.
Wheeling, all them,
Yeah.
all them, and then they'll sit there and be like, "Hey, how you doing this morning? What's going on, partner?" What?
See, but that's where like I've been to down south. I've been to Texas. I've been to Mississippi. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Florida. Like I've been down south. I love their homey little style. Like they're sweet. They're southern. They take you in. I love their little accents. But then I don't know. I come back and I hear it out of like here in Pittsburgh. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Like to me, it doesn't correspond. It doesn't work for me.
It
Like
Yeah.
doesn't.
like when we were in Georgia and in South Carolina, I knew where I was. Like I
Uh-huh.
get it, you know what I mean? But then like, and again, everybody has that southern drawl, you have southern
Mm-hmm.
belles. Everybody's very nice, very at home. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And then I'm like in Washington County and it's like, oh, can you hold that door for me? Oh, yes, sir, no problem.
What?
First of all, the sir thing gotta fucking go. Just
Yeah.
hold the door. That's all I need you to do.
See, but
Right?
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what I missed a little bit because like you go back into the Bronx, nobody gives a flying fuck. You're out for yourself.
Oh my
Like,
god. I swear that like but that's downtown Pittsburgh. Like downtown Pittsburgh's the same way. It's like fuck you. What that door slam on you?
yeah,
My bad.
Yeah.
like it was after the Yankee game. I told my dad, I was like, all right, they have a train that leads right back to where we need to go. Straight forward, no stop. I mean, no transfers. Like we need to go. Like we need. So we get to the train station, and in this train, like in order to get there, you have to show the police officers your train ticket to get like back in, right? So I go ahead to the screen, and my dad's like, what platform are we on? And I was like, I don't know. They don't have a number yet. I sat there waiting a full hour, and then all of a sudden I saw not the guy. What is it? He's not the conductor, but the guy who collects your tickets on the train.
Yeah.
Like I saw him, so I went up. I was like, you collected my ticket earlier. What platform are we going to?" And of course, I was like really nice about it, really sweet. He goes, "Oh, you're on platform 2." So I was like, I was
The
nice.
fuck she wasn't. What she said is what
So
she
I
did. You. What
You collected my
platform we
deal
on?
ticket earlier. Let's go. What platform? So my dad goes, like, he's still standing there. And I was like, Dad, yo, we're going. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we're going to track 2, like the platform 2. The train's going to go. And my dad's in there. He goes, no, it isn't up there. I was like, damn it, Dad. The conductor just said that it's flag 2. Let's go.
And she's doing all that while she's eating a slice.
Right? Just pulling it
I
real
did.
quick.
I had my slice after the Yankee game. I did.
There
I
you
got
go.
my pizza.
Dude, if I'd have been waiting there almost an hour, I'd have fucked somebody up. I'd have been like,
Yeah, I know.
My patience is thin. You'd have had 7 minutes.
I
Like,
get irritated waiting the 10-15 minutes for my shuttle bus in fucking Oakland. I'm like,
yeah,
let's go.
fuck
But you
that.
know what? The guy, the driver that I get in the afternoon, it's primarily the same guy, this little old guy. And he reminds me of a guy that, like you were saying, like what, probably from Georgia, has that kind of, he doesn't really have the accent or anything, but just that southern hospitality type of personality. And he pulls up, he opens the door, and I'm the first one to get on the bus. I'm the first stop. So he pulls up, and I go to get on, and I always same thing every time. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, how's your day?" He's like, "Good," and he always hits me with the "sir." He's like, "Good, sir. How's yours?" And I'm like, "You're fucking triple my age, and you're calling me sir. Like that's
Yeah,
not."
right.
But that's just probably the way he was raised and just how
Yeah.
he is. You know what I mean? Like that's where I feel like he could probably fit in like down south, you know. And then I found out like he's a usher at the church he goes to and the whole thing. I'm like, oh yeah, he going to one of them little Baptist church down south. Like I could picture it. I picture it.
He's getting bit by a snake because the poison will go through his body and it heals him. Yeah, yeah. It's probably.
His name's Milton.
His name's
Yeah.
Milton, like Milton Hershey.
You missed that conversation. Yes, like Milton.
You'll have to listen.
You have to watch that back.
That's all right. I
Um,
listened to your podcast on the way to New York. It totally helped pass the time. So thanks, guys.
I mean, no problem.
which
Except
one was that about?
the police showed up at both of our houses, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
was it the police one? Was it the fire paramedics one?
It was what last week? Yeah, the fire. Well, yeah, because I was waiting
Yeah.
to see what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
See,
Like you
I
left me
caught the
hanging. I was
tail
like,
end.
fucking it. Now I gotta wait a damn week.
Man, it's like Mission Impossible. You gotta
You're
wait for
not
the
the
next
only
episode.
one. Because people were like, "Wait, how the fuck were they at Paul's house and then at Eric's?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
gave the
My
update.
excitement.
Nothing happened.
I've had a man who has been living in this apartment for what 2 years now. He struggles up
She
here.
said she
You know.
had a man that's living in the apartment.
Well, not my. Oh, excuse me. The
Don't do the
building. The
side
building.
eyes.
Not my apartment.
I was like, wait, is this an update that we're getting here? Like, what's going
I was
on?
about to go like, "Wait, so we could have just filmed this whole time in your apartment and then been like, I'm Gary."
Like, this is where like I suck as like being a human being because like okay, so he's been living in this building for 2 years. He's up on the fourth floor and he's not all up here. So he like draws things, he writes homophobic, racist slurs, like, and then he'll drop them on the ground. So for the last like month and a half, we've had our entire lawn, our sidewalk covered in little tiny pieces of paper that had racist slurs and homophobic sayings. Like you had even had some of them with penises on them, right? Like it was just weird as fuck. And so he started.
Sticks.
It was bad because like one of them was like, "I got to go home and wash my asshole," and I'm like,
That's
th-
hard. That's
th-
fucking hard.
At
What
least
did you
he's
say?
washing up. You know what I mean? Like, at least he's clean. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. I mean, at
but
least
he's
he's leaving you
not.
like notes where you lift it up and be like, I probably should go get a shower.
Well, he
yeah.
really needs to take his own advice. But anyway, um, so like I've made complaints to both the landlord, like everybody in this building has made complaints. We've even taken to the police, right? It got to a point that the police were showing up and just sitting outside the building waiting because they kept telling us they couldn't do anything until they had evidence. So I was like, okay, well, my excitement came home. I came home Sunday. Monday morning, 3 a.m. Not only did the police show up, a fire department shows up. Why? Because he had on little pieces of paper that said, "I will blow this fucking building up." And people read it and called the police. So I had the police come. I've had the fire department come. This was at 3 morning.
Did you have to evacuate?
What?
Did they make
Had
you
to
leave?
evacuate?
Yeah. They had to they evacuated everybody to check out the building, make sure it was safe, that there was no bomb. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Did they arrest him?
Hmm?
Did he get arrested?
Yes. He got arrested 2 days ago.
Okay.
And he was not only arrested, he spent, I think, like a day or two in jail. He was fined, he was charged, and he was forced to clean up the entire area. Like the police were there watching him clean up.
So has there been anything since?
No. But this is where I suck as a human being because I didn't realize how old this gentleman was. He has to be like 80 years old. and he's fragile and skinny and old. And I was just sitting there watching him like struggle cleaning it up. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to help this man. And the whole time I'm like,
let me
that's
help
his
you pick up your
punishment, Sam.
dicks.
But now can they evict him or like make him leave? Like,
I think that's up to the landlord because he technically did damage their property, which does break the lease. So, but I don't know if the landlord is going to go that far.
That's probably
yeah,
entirely up to the landlord, especially given the severity of his age.
yeah. Well, see, she had
Sam's
better.
out there seriously. She's like, "Hold on, Harold. I'll help you pick up your dicks."
I know. I felt so bad. Like the police officer looked at me and he's like, no, you go inside. Go inside. This is not your problem. You go inside. And I was like,
And
okay.
Sam's like, "Diddly do. I'm the fuck out of here, dude."
He's like, I just want to help him wash his ass.
He just needs to wash his ass. It says it right here. Next to his dicks. You put them all together, it's a fucked up puzzle. Right? I don't even want to tell you what's on these sheets over here.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there were times where he was like, my hairy balls itch. And I'm like, maybe because he didn't want.
because he needs to wash them. He needs a little cleanup. Clean up and out. And I don't know.
Dude, I mean, obviously, if it's one, he has an obsession with dicks. Two, he really needs to get a shower.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, get it together, my guy. Like, ew. I kind of want to know the rest of them. And I'm like, look out for that fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's leaving little crib sheets, and you think they're like cheats to like a test, and it's like, wash your asshole. These are the most fucked up fortunes I've ever seen in my life, Harold.
I mean, I'm keeping it G-rated, but there was one where he says, I do not support smelly people.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I even
I
did a
don't know who
Facebook
does.
post about it. I was like,
Yeah.
no, you smell. Get the fuck out of here. No. But I think I said it. It says like, you ripe, I'm wrong. Or I'm right, you're wrong. No.
Oh man,
If he has like the old man pungency coming off him, I'd be like, hey, right over here on the lawn. Take your own advice. Wash your ass.
well, let me get the
Go on.
pressure washer.
Yeah, right. Go and get for real. Now you make it. Now you're leering at me. Oh, can you imagine what's in his apartment?
Could you imagine what?
What's in his apartment? What if
I
there's
don't
like
because like he was up there in age, like very scrawny. Like his hair was like whatever left looked very dirty. But
Is he
he
a
was
hoarder?
like what?
Is he a hoarder?
It looks it. It really does look it based on like what he was wearing. His clothes were very dirty, but he was like literally he was wearing a like a beanie, right? Like a winter cap. And then he was wearing a very heavy sweatshirt and he was wearing like literally sweatpants. And this was in like what 65, 70-degree weather when this happened.
I
And
mean,
then
if
he
he's
was
little
wearing
though, he ain't got no meat on his bones. He
yeah,
might be cool.
he's probably
that's what I'm
cold.
thinking though, like being that age, yeah. But then like just the way he was, I mean, I can only imagine if this is what he was doing, I don't want to see what his apartment looks like.
Or maybe he's keeping his apartment cold because the bodies are in there.
Ooh, yeah. It's like a
Well,
meat loft.
I watch too much of this shit on TV. My mind
look,
goes right
Paul,
there.
You know what
that
else I was
that
thinking?
neighbor.
Listen, I was thinking. Me and you. I think we're on the same page here. You know what else I could be thinking is, she talks about all these little ripped up pieces of paper and stuff. What if you go in and he has one of those walls that's just like clippings and, like maybe he's stalking Sam. We don't know. He could be photos of
He
Sam all over the
better
wall.
not. He had names on some of these papers.
He
None
has
I
to.
did
He
not
lives
Exactly. See
there,
what I'm
bro.
saying? It's like an episode of Criminal Minds.
fucking A. I need to
Dude,
move now.
You should
when
be
she
honored that he's creeping on you.
okay, fuck that. When she texts me tomorrow and was like, dude, I went to bed at like 4:30.
Like, thanks.
My first client was at like 8, and I just woke up at like 7. Guess what? I really didn't even sleep either. I think I got like 2 hours. Because all
I
I'm
know,
thinking
right?
about is old fucking Freddie Fingerling upstairs sitting and tracking me.
That's all
Yeah.
right. I've got a neighbor who smells, literally hasn't left. Like he doesn't leave his apartment. He doesn't work. His body odor is so bad that you could smell it through the hallway. My upstairs neighbor just got a dog because he can't sleep because he's either bipolar or he's on coke because he has really bad manic episodes. And yeah.
You need to get out of that
You
apartment
live, Sam?
complex.
Jesus Christ. What neighborhood do you live in? You don't got to give out locations here, but what
Sam,
neighborhood are you in?
Sam, we need to just do a podcast about you. Like,
Yeah.
we need to tour the fucking
Crazy
building
shit I
where it's
deal
like,
with.
so here's this one. Here's this one. Then you go into the apartment and be like, so 4A is a smelly motherfucker. Okay. This one over here, down here at E, he's the one with the fucking, he's a
Oh,
coked out
and the
dog
best
dude.
part is, on the woman who's at the floor and the top floor, like the fourth floor, all the way at the end, she's running a brothel. Dead ass. She's a Russian prostitute
A Russian prostitute?
who runs a brothel.
Dude, I love how we started this off, and it was a Memorial Day episode, and we're sitting there, and all this, and we're thank for the men and women that have
We
been
all
here
have the
for all of
vets
us,
and the current active.
and then,
Sam comes back and we got some shit.
dude, I mean, like shit too, like the audience just went and cranked it up. They were like, "Did that bitch just say a brothel? Like a brothel,
Russian style?
Russian style?"
Dead ass. I think it was like 2 days ago. I saw her come out, and I was like, okay. She came down. She walked down. She was like in this like little crop top, really like skanky little like short like short skirt, whatever, right? And I see her. She waves. She goes, ah! And I'm like, okay, no, she's not waving at me. So I look right, and she's meeting up with this older gentleman in the parking lot, and they get into this van, and all of a sudden, I don't see her anymore. She was in the passenger seat until her head disappeared.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah, I
The
have
creepy,
questions
the
too.
creepy guy, his penis and the JJ fortune cookie papers. Well, now we know why. He's got a fucking brothel going on next door.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably that. That's it. So here's what it is. So she has. So one, I need to know: does the van have windows?
I mean, it was one of those white vans that, like, if you were to go kidnapping,
Okay, that even makes this better. So what happens is it's almost like Grand Theft Auto, Eric. So what she does is she does a little thing. Okay,
Yeah,
gets the money, whacks him, or brings him back to the apartment, takes care of him. He's
yeah.
gone. Then all of a sudden, old boy with the beanie,
Old
okay,
Harold comes out.
Harold comes out, drags the body, and he ain't dragging much. You know what I mean? You got to cut it in pieces. You know what I mean? Got to make
That's
it
what
into
the
like
coked out dude with the dogs for. He's the muscle.
right. So what they do is they feed the dog a fucking ripper or two, so the dog can pull the fucking thing in there,
Yeah.
and then homie in the beanie, who's all like freezed up, but he's keeping warm. He has to keep the house cold so they can dispose of the body. So they feed it to the dog.
And then
wait,
listen and
they're
listen.
feeding the little chihuahua body parts.
That takes a while, but he can get it down. The stinky dude next door to Sam is the smell to cover up the dead bodies in the building.
We just solved this fucking mystery, and poor little Samantha is in the
Oh,
fucking center
proudly.
of it. We just cracked this fucking case completely wide open.
Wide open. What area? Tell that police we got it. Tell them they'll call us.
Tell him we're on the way. We solved it. We solved
Are
the
you
mystery.
city? Are you in the city limits? Who do you got over there?
I'm like close to the city. Yeah.
So now this is adding up.
What's your police station? Is it city or is it like what is it? Township?
What is it? I live in Brentwood, so.
Oh yeah, we're good. We know people over there. I got you covered, and that does also explain a lot.
Again, maybe what dude is doing is like when he's dispersing his little crib sheet fortune cookie shit. All right. Maybe what he's doing is he's leaving notes to the person, the deceased, where it's like, should have washed your ass.
Yeah,
And then he does the picture of this dick, and it was like, this one was a dude. This one went sweet lesbian action. Like, maybe that's
Ooh,
it.
giving out clues.
Yeah. Because he's so pent up from it, he can't take it no more.
No, and that's why he's losing weight, stress.
He's starting to crack under pressure now. He's looking like Joaquin Phoenix in the fucking Joker.
He might be.
Yeah.
And since
Dude.
he looks like a witheredly old man,
Yeah, and
I
that's
feel
why
bad.
see, and the police won't do anything to him because they feel bad. You know, they won't evict him because he's an old man. It's the perfect cover up. This entire scenario.
And listen, I bet you. So did he get out of did he get out of jail? Is he back home?
I don't know, because I mean, it's been clean. There haven't been any notes, but I also haven't seen him, so I don't
What if
know.
the Russian lady probably paid it?
With all the prostitute money.
That's
Well,
it.
probably she's got backers. She's
Yeah, she does.
Putin's covering part of that.
For real, hands down. She's got a vodka distillery somewhere. It's fucking possible. Absolutely.
Well,
Like
speaking of vodka distillery, like completely off topic, you know that castle that we were talking about at Brandy's birthday? The one
Yes.
that's still, right? Oh my God. Have you seen the YouTube video for it? Oh,
It's like right by my house.
yes. I need to find me a sugar daddy who's just going to buy it for me.
wait, what are we
Because
doing?
so there is a giant castle in Gibsonia that is for sale for like $14 billion. It's okay.
That's okay.
And it's two. You've got the modern new money meets old money, right? And it's
Yes.
legit a castle with like a residency, and the residency is all modern and shit. But when you go into the castle, it is legit a castle. You have like
Yes.
knights and swords, and they have a chapel in there, like a full blown out chapel where you can have your friends get married. You could have mass if you wanted to. And then you know what they have? Like literally, you walk down, they have tunnels. They have fucking tunnels. Tunnels, I tell you. Okay.
Yeah. And
Um,
the best part is it's literally like right here.
Yeah, no, but that's not the best part, Paul. You know what the best part is? Okay, they loved Batman so much that they recreated like an office of the Batman office, right? To a point that they have a hidden exit where you can slide down the poles to get to the tunnels. Dead ass. I need to buy this place.
What if we tell them we're interested in it?
Oh hell, I'll go.
Just so
I'll
I
go
can
and
see a
look
tour of
around.
the house.
We should
Yeah.
probably look the part though. How can we look like really wealthy people?
Well, I have the guy across the street from me who looks like Batman. Like he looks like
Okay,
Bruce Wayne.
like
And
Michael Keaton Batman.
no, we're talking more like Robert Pattinson.
Batman's Batman. Let's go. They've got the little
That's what I'm
bat.
saying. Like he could play the part of Bruce Wayne as long as he can get us in there.
I have a Batman mask and a cape.
No, because then that's the mask. We need somebody to play the Bruce Wayne part.
Yeah.
Neither one of us motherfuckers are pulling off a Bruce Wayne. I can't be that sophisticated. I'll be like, is that a fucking slide?
It's a pole.
I
It
just
legit is a little
I
secret
would be
hideaway.
like, I'm down.
Yeah. And then they have like a wine thing, right? Where it stores 551 bottles of wine.
Who is in there?
What do you mean? No
I
one. It's
can't.
empty.
It is just for sale.
Yeah.
Can we buy it and turn it into House of Dragons?
Yo,
Dude, if
I
there's
was
a
totally
fucking
thinking we should
castle
buy
there,
it. What?
like if there's a castle there, you
It's
instantly
dead
can
ass
turn into
castle.
Game of Thrones.
And
Yeah.
we could give like tours.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, could you imagine if we bought that and then we were like, oh, you could have your wood in here and they could rent it out for you and like,
We'd never see each other.
right? There are 10 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms, or no, 13 bathrooms, something like that.
I wonder whose fucking place that was. Like that had to be somebody's.
Well, somebody used to live there. They obviously put it up for sale.
No,
It
I
was
mean I wonder if it's somebody of importance. Like
it was mine.
I don't know, because that's interesting you say that, because when you go downstairs to the basement of the modern one, right, they have a whole fucking office. Somebody ran that business. It was own little business.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Well, if you schedule a tour, I'm
I
going
know.
with you.
If I don't go without you, I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't. Because we're filming that motherfucker.
Oh, I know. We already have the audience. Like before we wrap it up here, they're like, if you fucking leave us with a cliffhanger and you don't show us what the fuck is going on in there, we're gonna be
Right?
pissed. Like we're gonna need to see.
It's if we could get 10 people, 10 people, because remember there's 10 bedrooms. If we could get 10 people to all just move in, it's $400,000 per person. We can scavenge that up somehow.
Well,
I mean, I love your gumption there, Samantha, but I'm just like, nah, girl, that shit ain't that many feet pick in the world gonna get up in that.
no.
OnlyFans, they're gonna be only fuck the fuck off. It's like no.
We're definitely going to need that whole venue rented out for parties situation to kick in.
Like all the time.
They legit have a meet-in area. So and they have their own basketball court. They have their own movie theater. They have a giant ass swimming pool that has a bar in the swimming pool outside. Like
Like
Yeah,
man,
swinger parties.
no.
You can probably make some good money off them.
I mean, you probably could. I ain't cleaning up.
no, but if you've got that kind of money, you don't clean up. You hire people to clean up.
Yeah, I
Well, I
mean,
mean, I got to pay $400,000 for fucking rent. Like, I don't know if I
yeah,
can.
it's like I mean, yeah, 400,000 for rent.
Can't afford a cleaning crew
I can't afford a
unless
cleaning crew.
one comes with the fucking property.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, I'm just out there cleaning up bodily fluids. I'm like, I had to pay rent.
Like
Brandy's out there like,
we're gonna need a big pressure wash.
right. Brandy's gonna be like, you really wanted this. You wanted this. I'm like,
Hey,
no.
you can join us if you want, okay? Your lovely girlfriend already told me that if she can find somebody to give her $400,000, she is in.
If she could, did you hear that? If she can find somebody. If I could find somebody with $400,000, um, I'm not paying for a month of rent.
I was gonna say I might invest that somewhere else just
Yes,
because.
if I had the 400,000, it's not going to be like this was a booming ass month, and now I'm back here again. I'm like, well, that was fun.
Exactly.
That's all right. SugarDaddies.com. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, right. That's when we start our own websites and shit. Be like, oh man, that could be really bad. But like, I think there's a reel of it or something on
We
Instagram.
could rent it out to the brothel lady.
I don't know. She may ruin the sheets.
I
Well, if we're
mean,
having swingers parties, I
changing
think the sheets are already
sheets,
fucking ruined, Sam.
changing sheets is better than changing like cleaning up 4 rooms from the fucking swinger sex weekend we had in there. Like, I think sheets are fine.
I don't know, but like, okay, if we do that, then she's got to stay to the modern residency. She's not allowed to have a brothel in the castle.
No, but
I think brothel and castle go together.
I mean, yeah, they would go hand in hand.
I mean,
Because
look at Game of Thrones.
we'll make it very authentic. We'll just lay down, hey, perfect. But like, no, we want a bed. It's right there, motherfucker. Don't you see all the hay?
Yeah,
You
they might
paid
have
for
some
this
left over
shit.
from the movie shoot.
There you go. There you go. So what I'll do is I'll put the Hershey link or the reel on my Instagram so people can see it. And then Sam, I'll look for that because I know they did like a tour of it on an Instagram.
If you're looking for the YouTube, it's on my video on my Facebook.
Okay, I'll grab them and I'll put them on there. But that was Memorial Day with Samantha's wonderful expedition of the fucking castle in Gibsonia. Everybody have an amazing Memorial Day weekend, and be safe and don't do anything stupid like fucking Bob over here.
I'm
All
trying.
right. I was like, we'll see y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
American soul.